Morning.
Morning, Love. You're an early bird.
Oh, well, it's all right. I've not come to cadge anything off you. Have you never noticed that?
What?
Well, if anybody calls this early in the morning, it's odds on to a lead penny that they've come to cadge something off you. Is the pot still warm?
I can't guarantee that that's even wet, love, I'm sorry.
Are you all right?
In what way?
Face. Like a milkman's round, bit on the long side, as they say.
Oh, that's my thinking face. When we're at school, they used to say the harder you frown, the harder you were thinking, you know.
Have you seen Ken at all since the Madam Margaret went back from when she came?
No. That departure was a bit sudden, wasn't it?
I wonder if he's got round to getting anybody else to look after the twins yet.
Lovely, I don't suppose he's even had time to start thinking about it yet.
No.
It's one of the privileges of the pension classes, this.
Oh, standing in a garage?
No, watching other folk work. Mind you, you've got to be pretty fast to catch them actually in the act, you know. Oil drops are falling on me head. Hey, if I'm in road, just give me the set so I'll skedaddle.
You're in road, Albert.
Good job I've got a sense of humour, innit?
Well, you mean otherwise you might take me seriously, you mean?
Hey, what are you looking for?
Crossword spanner.
Come again.
Pencil.
Well, here it is, behind your logo.
Oh.
There you are, no charge.
Thanks.
You know, I'm not stopped for going to places.
Oh.
No, I could have gone out ratting this morning with Acton Earnshaw on that terrier.
What's it like underneath, Al?
It's pretty grotty.
You know, you ought to see the size of them rats down the canal lock. I reckon they got a new strain of rats these days and they're darting about like flaming black greyhounds. And they're immune to poison as well. Oh, well, it's a sure sign of age when you're talking to yourself. And it's a sure sign when you know you're doing it.
How ropey is it?
Well, the clips that hold the brake wires are all rusted off.
Yes.
And some of the brackets on the shock absorbers.
Right. How's it for corrosion?
Well, it's mainly the shock absorbers again. The underside of the engine, some of the sealing on the flooring is going to have to be done.
So apart from that, it's not in bad nick, eh?
Oh, I've seen worse.
Right.
Billy, I want to go out for half an hour. Is that all right?
All right now.
Well, I'll make it up to you this evening.
It's just coming up for 10:15 now.
Billy, I wouldn't ask you if it wasn't important.
All right. Thinking of buying a car, Albert?
Well, they don't make motor cars these days. They don't but make tin cans and put engines in them. Not this, though. There's a bit of body about this.
Yeah, that's what the owner thinks. That's why he's spending so much on repairs.
You know, there's been more folks killed on the road of Great Britain this century than in both world wars put together. No wonder, either.
We've only been clocked on hour and a half. What's so important he has to go off all of a sudden?
Oh, well, that's somebody can't tell you.
Maybe.
Yeah. I saw him out in the car with a woman a couple of nights since.
I didn't hear that, Albert.
I said I saw him with a woman...
I don't want to know when and with whom you happen to see who. All right?
She's not in.
Questions come first, not answers.
Looking for Bet Lynch, aren't you?
Not particularly.
Do you want me?
No.
Sure you're not looking for Bet?
No, my Auntie Annie asked me to keep an eye on the place while she was away, and that's what I intend doing.
What kind of things are you going to be keeping your eye on?
Oh, anything and everything.
If I'm on your list, well, the Rovers can expect my notice, because your idea of keeping your eye on things is my idea of you poking your nose into things.
There's no need to throw a pig fit just because I'm doing what my Auntie Annie asked me to.
Let me put it another way, then. Either I leave right now, or you leave right now.
Oh, you're too touchy by far.
Yeah, I've always been a tender little soul. Now, come on, get out the road before you get killed in the crush. Ooh.
I'll do.
I'm not very good on names, but I never forget a pair of legs. Hello, Elsie. How you diddling?
So.
You looking for your old pot and pan? Your old man?
Is he in the office?
Oh, he just nipped out for half an hour. That was 45 minutes ago.
Oh, did he say where he was going?
Oh, he just said it was important. Shall I Give him a message.
No, it's all right. It'll wait.
All right, well, I'll tell him you called.
Billy, he doesn't make a habit of this sort of thing. I mean, taking time off, does he?
Elsie, do you mind if I stick my hoot to him when it's none of my business?
Oh, I'm immune to it. It's a national pastime round here, and I didn't think it was quite your style.
Well, I'm trying to set up a business here, and anything that,
I think so.
Is everything all right between you and Alan?
I don't think I quite know what you mean.
No, I'm sorry, Elsie. I don't think I know myself. I just was hoping you might know.
You mean in the nature of a big bust-up? The quick answer to that is no.
Look, I'm not interested in the domesticating bliss. It's just that anything that affects my business, well, like this morning's appointment, affects work on his car.
He just might be at the dentist for all we know.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't bet a bent brass spanner on that.
I'm sorry, Billy, but I'm married to the man, not manacled to him.
Oh, hello, Bert. Excuse the chaos, will you? You know, it's beyond me how a couple of 6-year-olds can create so much chaos between getting up in the morning and going to school.
Oh, it's a knack kids have. They're born with a built-in resistance to everything in its place and a place for everything theory.
Yes, I reckon that's right.
I don't suppose you've got round to getting anybody to look after the twins yet, have you?
Not yet.
What are your plans in the meantime like?
Well, nothing at the moment, Bet. I'm just sort of drifting, you know.
Catch.
Oh, Cherrywinkle.
Same to you.
That's his name. Battered but unbowed.
I suppose you could always get somebody local. They're not without a fan club, your Susan and Pete, you know.
Oh, you mean somebody like Betty Turpin?
Or Bet Lynch. She's a little cracker with kids. Seriously, Ken, I would like to help.
I wouldn't have thought that kids were, well, not exactly your scene. You take that as meant, Bet, in the nicest possible way.
People play the roles they're cast in, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Hey, not bad for a barmaid. Well, what do you think?
Pass me that robot, will you, Bet?
The washer?
Now, to you and me, it looks remarkably like a cardboard box, but to Peter, it is quite definitely a robot. Mind you, yesterday, it was quite definitely a vertical takeoff battleship.
What do you reckon?
More like a robot.
No, I mean about me looking after the kids.
Well, lesson number 1 is that twins aren't kids. They're a conspiracy. Twins are more of a, quote, more of a handful, unquote.
And they either get mollycoddled and spoilt or jumped on the second they bat an eyelid.
Yeah, something like that. You know, the trouble is people get too intense about it. What you got to do is take it by ear, play it as it comes.
Like handling drunks.
I must say I've never thought of the twins as a couple of drunks.
Oh, they come in all shapes, types and sizes, you know.
Meaning you can't treat them all the same?
No. You get happy drunks, fighting drunks, can I hold your hand drunks, and coach loads of I'll never watch 'em again this season.
Hey, what about your job at the Rovers?
Well, you'll only want somebody from Brecky till tea time, won't you?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure I could arrange with Betty for me just to work nights. I know it sounds soppy, Ken, but I really would like to feel I was doing something, well, a bit more valuable than what I usually do.
When can you start?
Tomorrow? No, tomorrow be blowed. This afternoon.
Hello.
Hello to you, too.
Is Mr. Howard in?
Oh, I'm afraid not.
Oh, dear. Will he be long, do you know?
Well, he went out for half an hour. That was about 2 hours ago, so there's no way of telling, is there?
I don't suppose there is. May I wait?
Yeah, okay. Why not? Yeah.
It won't put you out, will it?
It won't put me out. I take it you're a friend of his.
You could say that.
Yeah, I could say a lot of things. I'm just wondering whether I ought to or not. Perhaps I better not. Not to do with me.
Do you mind explaining what you just said, Mr. whatever your name is?
Well, my name's Walker. I don't mind explaining at all. Alan Hard's a very old friend of mine. But I've known his wife even longer. Do you happen to know his wife?
No.
No, I didn't think you would. They've not been married very long. And Alan's had enough grief this last year to last most fellas a lifetime. He can do without complications like you.
I'll tell you what sort of a complication I am, Mr. Walker. I don't think Alan would have wanted me to, but if my honour's at stake, then I'd better tell you in self-defence. Mr. Howard, your friend, sold my car for me and bought me another. I trust him in such matters. I was meeting him today to give him the cheque and his commission. I was delayed, and so I thought I'd better come here. Does that satisfy you, Mr. Walker?
Look, Alan never said...
No, I'm sure he wouldn't. He was probably doing this little deal on the side, and good luck to him. But if it's going to cause you to jump to this sort of conclusion, you better explain to him that I can't go on playing his little game. So, if you've finished throwing your insults around, and you'd be kind enough to give him this envelope, I don't think there's much point in my staying. Of it as keeping your eye on things, Chuck.
That's not the point. I don't mind doing me wax. Met Lynch going to slope off every dinner time. I'd like a bit more warning than... Lucille, will you mind the stall for a minute? She must have been gone an hour.
An hour?
An hour.
Oh, don't show your teeth unless you can bite, Chuck.
What?
Prodigal barmaid's return.
I'm sorry I've been so long, love.
Funny you should say that. I was just thinking how sorry I am you've been so long.
I got stuck.
Stuck.
Talking.
Well, I'm on Lucille's side. I mean, she's given up her dinner time for you.
I've said I'm sorry.
Look, you get paid for dinner time, so you've got no right to spend it gassing and then come in here and just expect to say you're sorry.
All right, if you won't listen, I won't be here tomorrow, the day after that, until you're informed otherwise.
Oh, what you on about? I mean, you're not indispensable. I mean, we would like a few days' notice.
It's only dinner times I'm talking about.
Oh, I see. You fancy flouncing in and out when you feel like it, do you? Well, you were brought here to do dinner times and evenings. Now, if you can't manage dinner times, I think that we can manage evening times without you. Excuse me.
Oh, what's the matter with you? You know Ken's got a problem till he gets fixed up permanently.
Oh, I see. You're taking care of the twins, are you?
Only temporary, so don't get your knickers in a twist. And I mean, look at the place. It's not as if you can't manage. It's hardly Friday night at Flanagan's, is it?
Now, listen, Mrs. Walker wouldn't agree, and I don't see why I should.
I've had a word with Billy, and it's all right with him.
What have you gone to pester Billy for? It's naught to do with him. Not the day-to-day running.
Mrs. Walker's son? Blood is still thicker than beer, isn't it?
They are. Straight to Billy. Oh, she's got him eating out of her hand.
I thought you were only going to be about half an hour.
Yes, I know, I'm sorry.
Well, you've been about 3 hours and 42 minutes. I suppose you've asked for the day off. We wouldn't have clapped eyes on you till next Monday.
I had an appointment that wasn't kept. I've been hanging around like a spare part for the last 3 hours.
Waiting for a bird.
Has she phoned?
Oh, she turned up in the flesh. Miss Bromley. Friend of yours?
Sort of.
Yes.
And there's a lot less to that than meets the eye, Billy, especially your eye.
A lot less what?
Oh, I know what you're thinking, and you're quite wrong.
All right. You tell me what I'm thinking.
She's a business acquaintance of long standing. She used to have an account with me when I had a garage in Ashton.
Ah, now we're getting near to the nitty-gritty.
And what exactly does that mean?
Oh, come off it, mate. I'm not a day-old chick, you know. Listen, if you want to set up on your Todd, you're quite at liberty to do so. Your cards are marked up. You can take them now if you like.
Is that what you think, that I'm starting up on me, Todd?
Well, what's your story for buying and selling without me knowing a blind thing about it?
I bought one car and sold one car. She's an old friend of mine from years ago, and I did it as a favor.
I couldn't give two tin fiddles how long you've known her. That is business that should have gone through this garage.
I've put a lot of business through this.
Yeah,
garage.
and you always get a fair commission for it, don't you?
Fair enough.
Right, so?
Well, perhaps I wanted this one to be just a little casual. Now, do you want chapter and verse on that?
I promised Tom Naylor we'd have that car fit for the road by Friday.
Well, then I better get started, hadn't I?
Oh, by the way, Elsie called while you were out.
Did she say what you wanted?
No.
Well, did you tell her where I'd gone?
There wasn't much I could tell her, was there? But if you ask me, she's keeping tabs on you. Or trying to.
Well, you see, it's this advert on telly. There's a couple of fellas in this pub, and one of them takes the other fella's drink and says he just wanted to try it to make sure the brew's all right. And then he goes and sops it down all in one go. Oh, it's just a bit of death every time I see it.
Ken must really feel that he's back at square one again with the twins. You know, it's not very easy to find the right sort of person.
Well, I don't know, he hasn't taken him so long. Oh? Well, I thought you'd have known. Bet Lynch, she's put her on payroll.
Oh, yes, she did mention something about it, but only temporary.
She's very nice. I like her, you know. She's the kind of woman that, well, every time you see her, she seems nicer. Very nice young woman.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on at Oggy's? He's going off like a fractured fog on a full blast. Hilda's getting a right mouthful.
Oh, they've been hammer and tonguing it now for a week. It's Stan, you know. He says he can't sleep during the day. And according to him, it's all on account of Hilda making so much noise. I reckon he blames her for planes landing at Ringway.
Well, she'll be all right. I mean, he's not exactly sweet reason when he's dead cold, stone sober and got 8 hours in, is he?
Ah, well, he's all wind. He's got neither sting nor armour. You know, I wouldn't bet a bucket full of muck on his chance if Hilda really got her hackles up.
Bucket full of muck? Yeah. You don't see many of them about...
What was the idea of letting Betty Lynch jack a job in on the spot?
Very good one, why?
Well, if lumbering me and Betty with a load of extra work's your idea of a good idea, it's my idea of somebody being thoughtless and terribly, terribly selfish.
I'm sorry, Lucy. I was hoping you'd understand.
Oh, yeah, I understand, all right. What Betty Lynch wants, Betty Lynch gets, and Billy Walker does the fetching. I wonder what he'd have said if Betty had wanted to chuck a job in on the spot.
I'd have said exactly the same.
Well, handsome is as handsome does, isn't it?
Oh, that's a little gem, that is. I must remember that. By the way, I'd only have said the same if the reason was the same. If Ken had wanted Betty to look after the kids instead of Bet.
You know, love, if you're trying to persuade me that you're reading the newspaper, you ought to let your eyes flick one way and the other and then turn the head slightly.
It's a long time since I got up to tricks like that. I just happened to be reading the weather report.
On the hatched, matched and dispatched page?
Yes, on the hatched, matched and dispatched page. There, see?
Nice.
Had a busy day.
Had a busy afternoon, yes.
Quiet morning.
Yes.
And half an hour, did you?
As a matter of fact, I've been out for nearly an hour when you called. And I wasted another couple of hours while I was out, if you really want to know.
Not really. Want your tea now?
No, not just at the moment.
All right.
Isn't there something you want to ask me?
What sort of thing?
Oh, some incident that's aroused your curiosity?
Oh, no. I know what curiosity can do.
Yes, it can make you healthy and wealthy and wise. What's the matter, darling? You afraid to ask me?
No, I am not afraid. All right, who the flaming hell is she?
There you are. You see, it's not so bad having to ask me, is it?
That is not answering my question.
Her name is Barbara Bromley.
Oh, and who is Barbara Bromley when she's at home?
She's the confidential secretary of the managing director of one of the largest engineering firms in Ashton. And she used to have a very big account with me when I had a garage there.
Oh, and what are you going out with her for? I don't see what your ex-account can do you.
What do you mean, going out with her?
Well, I know what I mean, which is riding around in a car with her.
Smiling and enjoying myself.
Very probably.
Well, I was buying her the car.
You were buying her the car?
I was buying it on her behalf.
Is that it?
That's about it.
Don't see why anybody should waste time buying a car for somebody else.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5. £25 commission. And when I've sold her old car, I'll probably get some more commission.
Why didn't you say so in the first place instead of making it all sound so underhanded?
You know what men do when they go bearskin hunting?
Did I hear you right? Bearskin?
First, they kill the bear. I didn't want to tell you about this until I was sure the deal was going to go through. Recently, I seem to have had a habit of falling on my face about that sort of thing.
Yes, love.
And one other thing. If I told you that I was likely to be seen about town in a car with an attractive woman smiling and enjoying myself, but that it was just business, you wouldn't have believed me, would you?
No.
No.
Not bad. Oh, yeah, I've got the place looking nice and, homely.
Well, I've not had time to make anything special for tea today, but there's a ham salad and a pile of bread and butts on the kitchen table. The kids aren't faddy about ham, are they?
Sorry, ham? No, that's fine for the kids and for their dad, too.
Right, shall I go and fetch them before I go?
Oh, no, I think they'll be all right at Uncle Albert's another 15 to 20 minutes. You know, I think Uncle Albert's a bit of a stutty fan on the quiet.
Right, well, I'll see you tomorrow morning then after 7.
Sorry.
Tomorrow morning, 7:30, be all right?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Hang on a minute, I got a key for you somewhere.
It's in that jug doings.
Oh, yeah. Yes, here we are.
Is there something wrong? I haven't smudged my face, have I?
No, I was just thinking about something you said. About us all playing the roles we were cast in.
Oh, yeah. Always the blushing barmaid and never the something or other.
Do you know, my mother and father have been rowing since the day they got married. Do you think they'd run out of subjects by now? Mind you, can't sleep scraping the barrel a bit. It's the only thing my dad's never suffered from.
And from what I hear, he kips in that van every night after he clocks on.
He doesn't. He does, doesn't he? Shouting at me mum all day, then going kipping in the van at night. And he's late for work, you know, that's every night.
Hey, how about giving your dad a rude awakening?
Oh, give over, save that one for me.
No, I mean, you know, teach him a little lesson.
How?
Oh, I've got a beaut.